Okay, I think we are live. Let's try to get our charts up. It's been rough. Okay, so hopefully you're looking at the Thinkorswim chart. Let me make sure we're streaming. All right, good. It's been confirmed. We have our chart up, and this is the chart we're going to be using today. It's from Thinkorswim, and there's a couple different reasons we're using this one. The VWAP line is the line in the center, and it is it's the most accurate line and app for using the VWAP strategy that we'll be using today. I used it on Robinhood, and it wasn't that accurate. So I've been using both. However, the Thinkorswim is the most accurate, and I compare it to that which I see on Robinhood. So I'm actually using both, but for the sake of time this morning, I wasn't able to get dual charts up and show you my complete battle station layout. But for educational purposes and for trading, team trading, this is what we will be using. I'm also on another platform, TradeStation. I've started a new brokerage account with TradeStation. It's been I like it. I'll eventually be able to share it with you, but the charts are amazing. So anyway, what we are getting ready to do is our pre-market analysis. I'm actually going to wait until the market opens and get a better roadmap, the smart money roadmap that I've been referring to. You've seen it, and we'll basically go over the technicals together this morning. So we're just waiting for the market to open in about 5 minutes. I'm going to capture a screenshot. I'll break it down what I'm looking at when I do the screenshot. Basically, this is the market structure we're looking at on the screen right now. This is the ES. I'll be adding the SPX. It looks like it's not trading yet, so we don't see it. However, let's see. I'm going to do a little magic here. Give me a second. There it is. Okay, so the gold bars are the SPX. I have them attached to the ES futures. We use the ES futures because it is the leader of the family. It's like the dad in the family. the moves are made in the ES, and then SPX follows, and then the SPY follows. You may or may not have familiarity with the SPY or the SPX, but they're all part of the S&P 500 family. The futures, the ESH 26, which is what we're looking at, is like the dad. It leads the group, and it trades 23 hours. So it's 23 hours a day, 6 days a week, and it's constantly moving. And so the index that we're trading, the SPX, is following suit. So it's behind it, and so is the SPY. So anyway, I am going to set us on a 5-minute time frame, and we don't see those gold bars anymore because we're waiting for market open, and then they will reappear. Okay, so we got a couple minutes, and we're just gonna hang tight for a second. I'm notifying the rest of the tribe that the stream is live. Okay, let's see. We're going to get on with the get on here. Prepping for our first roadmap of the day. We're going to update our roadmaps every quarter. Okay, market's open. We see our first gold bar there. All right, there we go. Let's go. All right, and what we're going to do is we are going to be taking a screenshot of the market, and give me just a second. Let me get the apps open. Okay, so we've started above the VWAP line, but we never make a trade at the open. We a lot of fakes. This is not a true commitment to what our smart money team is doing. The institutions, they always come out running the price up, and then they'll pull back real quick. So what we're waiting for is for the volatility to settle down, and we're looking for a test at the VWAP line. So again, the VWAP line that we're using is in the middle. So we're using the mid VWAP line. We're looking at the green bar, the bullish bar that's just expanding. Huge. Look at the volume at the bottom. It's the gray bars.
130% volume, overlapping.
We're looking at the RSI at the bottom, the pink purple line. See how it's bending up? That's like an extreme overbought situation when it bends up like that. So we're just watching right now. Okay, so I just took a screenshot of the chart, and I am going to put the chart in Chat GPT, and I am going to use my layout here. So I take a screenshot of the market structure, which is the screen with the candlesticks, the VWAP line, and I have a preset request that I simply copy paste and put into ChatGPT. I tell ChatGPT that I want the structure for SPX only based off of the ES split screen that I have going here. I tell it to include the developing range, which is the price range, the previous day high, previous day low, the VWAP line. I want 3 support and resistance levels, liquidity pools and cluster targets. I want them ordered in high probability first, and I want a Q1 through Q4 roadmap. So I want the full game, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. I also want chop zones included. That's where price just kind of goes sideways. It doesn't have any up or down. And execution summary, which is basically ChatGPT's recommendation for positions, strike prices, and so forth. We're going to use those loosely. However, we'll take a look at them and then make our own decisions. I also want in the report that I'm going to generate in just a few seconds, I want to include, the roadmap, the distinction between support and resistance, supply and demand. Okay, we as retail traders look at it as support and resistance. However, the smart money institutions look at it as supply and demand zones. For example, I'll show you on the chart right here. We look at that as, at this point, because price is above it, we're going to look at that as a support line. However, the institutions look at that as a supply zone. Okay, so the zone actually is pretty big. So it starts here, you see the top of the bar, and it'll go down to the pink line, which is the lower VWAP line. We haven't talked much about that. However, that pink line is the lower VWAP line. So you have an upper, a middle, and a lower. And so I just showed you what the supply zone is looking like, okay? Right here. And so price will go up there, and it may return here. We'll have a better idea of the probabilities in just a moment. However, keep in mind, we are looking at the ES. So the red and green bars are ES. We're actually trading the gold bars, which are the SPX. So notice how it's mimicking the green bars right now. So anyway, little sidetrack there. We're generating our report. So I'm going to submit my request right now to ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is thinking about it. Will give me a PDF. I requested it to be in a PDF. Sorry, guys. I print a lot of paper, these reports. However, I'm going to mark it up with my highlighters and ink pens in just a moment. And mind you, at the beginning of the second or third quarter, we'll print a new report just to make sure we're tracking with the current market structure and smart money psychology. Okay. Just to, while it's thinking right now. So just to give you an idea of what happens, quarter one, first quarter is the psychology behind it is trap and discovery. So between 6:30 and 8 a.m., there's liquidity sweeps, fake outs, and overnight trap testing. So basically, the institutions, the smart money psychology is to get us to chase prices right now and create liquidity so they can sweep it, believe it or not. So you saw how the price started. It started low, shot straight up. It went up considerable. Let me see if we can determine how much the price went up. Need to do a couple changes over here. Okay, so price, it started at 68.35, looks like, and shot up to where it's at now. The high is 68.61. So it shot up like 50 points, okay? And so the whole idea is for us to chase that and follow it. But what we're waiting for right now before we enter any trades is a retest. So the price has gone up to 68.61. It will be coming back down shortly to the VWAP line. and it will test the VWAP line to determine if we are truly going to have a bullish day or a bearish day. And from that, I'll be able to determine the probabilities of the price levels, as you'll see. Okay. So my PDF is just about ready. Hopefully you have one too. Hopefully you took a screenshot of the market structure and you entered in your request for all the pertinent data. I have covered that. I will try to simplify it for you if you're not following what I am talking about. I'll try to get you a copy paste version of it. So all you have to do is take your screenshot and of the market structure, copy the data request and submit it all to ChatGPT and get your smart money roadmap that way. So that's what I'm waiting on right now, is for the PDF version so I can print it off and go over the technical analysis of it with you. And again, I'm totally apologetic about just having this one chart up. The whole idea was to have all the charts up that I use. However, my chief of staff isn't feeling well today, so she is more tech savvy than I am at this point. She's teaching me how to get all the charts up, split screens and so forth. And I promise I was paying attention the first time she showed me, but I just don't remember how she did it. So it was a struggle for me to get this one chart up. I know most of us use Robinhood, and that would have been like even more challenge than I was willing to put up today, to face today. So eventually I want us all over on TradeStation because I love it. Okay, so my report is ready. I'm gonna grab it and let's talk about it. This is it. This is
First trade window open. Only expansion trades allowed. Displacement is required.
all right. So got the smart money roadmap execution card. Okay, so primary institutional control level. So the VWAP for SPX is at 6830. So that is our line. So that is going to help us determine the bias, the regime of the moment of the first quarter. So it's going to tell us if we're bearish or bullish, okay? And we want to trade with the trend, not against the trend. So we never want to trade against smart money. We always want to be on the smart money team. Okay, so that's what we're doing, is we're becoming institutional traders right now. So we're going to use the professional institutional approach to trading, and it's made me a considerable amount of money. Most of my losses have come from ending up on the wrong side of smart money. Not most of them, all of them. That's usually what happens. Okay, so back to the analysis. We have developing range. So looks like our high is 68.82. That's important because that's where the sweeps and the targets are. So again, they target certain price levels to acquire liquidity. It's all about liquidity. We'll eventually do a deeper dive into liquidity, but that's money, right? Liquidity, liquid capital, it's money. Okay, so the developing high is 68.82. The developing low is 67.94. So with those ranges, that's telling us that price will be between 68.82 and 67.94 today. So those are the ranges that we'll be dealing with. And that's basically what we're going to use for our strike prices. Okay, so when we place our strikes, we'll be conscious of the fact that our calls potentially need to be at the top of 6882 and our puts at the bottom of 6794. Okay, so we'll be going deeper into that in a second, but let's continue our smart money roadmap analysis. So the supply and demand zones, which are key. Looks like we have our first test of the VWAP line right now. Price is at the VWAP, and you see the big red candle splitting the VWAP right now. So we're headed towards our first test of the day. So this is gonna tell, well, first of all, make a note of how price shot up and now it's coming back to the VWAP line. So the VWAP line is like a magnet. Okay, so it drew price right back to it. It's the value weighted average price. Okay, so that's the line where institutions determine whether or not it's a good deal, a bad deal. Do we want to sell for a profit, or do we want to buy for discount? That's how they roll. Sell for a profit, or buy it at a discount. And that's how we need to adapt our strategy. So I'm looking at the true supply zone. So the supply zone, the institutional sell origin. So remember, I just told you, are they selling for a profit? Well, that line is 68.60 through 68.82. So if price goes to that zone right there, they're going to sell it at a profit, okay? Now, the true demand zone is 6794 to 6810. All right, that's the institutional buy origin, okay? So price goes there, they'll buy at a discount. So will we. Okay, so that's our institutional supply and demand zones. Next, we're going to look at the primary support levels. Wow, look at what has happened. It looks like the VWAP line is possibly going to be rejected. So the first trade window of the day might be open here in the next couple minutes. We shall see. If it if we open our trade below the VWAP line, first trade, there's some things to consider. Price could go extremely down. I've seen where it enters an extreme sell-off, which means price basically crashes. Yeah, that's another thing. You know, a lot of people are fearful of a market crash. Well, I watch it crash every day, guys. You know, so it crashes more times than not. And what I mean by that is you will, on this journey, I'll point out like how it will drop 100 points. I know some of you have been with me for quite a while. You've seen it drop 100 points. And it does that almost daily. So it's a chess game, though. We play chess, not checkers. So we are developing into institutional traders, and we make money every day. So anyway, here's what's up. Let me get back to this analysis as we watch the VWAP line get rejected, or maybe, I don't know. We don't have confirmation yet. I'm looking at a 5-minute chart, and it is not. I'm not getting confirmation that it has rejected the VWAP yet, but yeah, let me get back to this analysis. Just a moment. But we are definitely at the moment in a sell-off. And you can see that. So what I'm waiting for is confirmation. So right now we've got a big red big red bearish candle forming just with the body still touching the VWAP line. So the confirmation would be the close of a red candle below the VWAP line, not touching it. Okay, so here comes the next 5-minute candle. If it's red, it confirms that the VWAP line has been rejected. And what we will see at that point, price headed towards the liquidity targets on the downside. First liquidity target would be 68.10. Second liquidity target would be 67.94. And the third liquidity target would be 67.60. So we're going to be playing it safe today, and we'll put our puts 3 levels down. But we can put our call side, mind you, the strategy that we're using is the broken wing iron condor. That is my predatory apex strategy to get maximum credit and profits. Okay. So what I am now doing is slipping into trade mode. Okay. So we are getting pretty close to taking our first shot of the day, and it will be above. I'm placing the call above the VWAP line. So again, VWAP line is at placed at primary institutional control level 6830. So, yeah. I'm actually looking at the VWAP line 6848. So I feel I feel more confident about 6848 based on so the VWAP line right here. I'm moving the bar for you. See it's right here, and it's got these curves and bends. But for strike placement, I'm gonna go above that, and we'll place the strike in a safer location on the call side. So I'm going to now start looking at the calls and look at my strike price for the call side. 6848 is what I'm using. And we'll go down and go 6848. So I'm gonna go a few points above that 6848. Okay, 6848. So we'll call it 6850. And looks like 6860 is going to be a good spot. So again, we're gonna buy a call at 6860, and we're gonna sell a call at 6865. And now we're gonna take a look at the puts. Okay, so as you recall, I said that we were gonna be on the safer side today. Let's see, so we have our puts, and we are going to look at the 6760 level. That's way down there, but again, that's on the safer side, and we're subject to get 50% on this first trade if we do place it at 6760-ish. Let's see what's going on at the 6760 level. So we're not chasing delta, we're not chasing profit. We're placing our trades with the highest probabilities. Okay, so we're not predicting, we're not guessing. We're going highest probability trades, okay? 6760. All right, down at the 6760 level, we're looking at buying a put, selling a put. Oh, not bad. The delta's still pretty good, even down there. Let's see. Strikes. Let's go 50. Let's see, 6760. 6750. Good delta. Buy and sell. Okay, I think we have it. All right, let's take a look at our iron condor. Check the date on it, make sure it's for today. Yep, 17th, that's good. 67.50, 67.45, good. 68, 60, 68, 65, good. Wow, price has gone down. 67, 60. All right, quantity, we'll do 10. Let's see what we get. Review. What is order fell, everything. What is happening? Okay, having a little difficulty with this new platform. Got some problem solving to do. All right, having some challenges here getting the first trade to go through. Okay, gonna have to take a time out right here. Having some other technical difficulties. Gonna need to call the trade desk and see what the issues are. Be back.